Girbeagly.
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly, and I'm doing the second part of my Q&A video. For those of you who missed the first part, you can find a link to it at the end of this video or in the description down below. Be sure to check it out, so in case you submitted a question or were curious about other questions that I answered, you can find those in the first part of the video. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to start part 2 of this epic journey. For this one, we're going to start with a question by Lemon Crow. Lemon Crow asked, what I would like to know, if you want to answer it, when did you join RPM? And by that I mean how many subscribers do you have and daily viewers. As far as that goes, I actually just recently joined RPM. I joined RPM, I think I technically signed on either at the beginning of November or the middle of October, or maybe, yeah, I think it was like near the end of October that I signed on. And I joined back when I had, oh God, I don't know, I wasn't keeping track. I would have to go back and look, but I think back in October I had somewhere in the range of like 600 subscribers or something like that. And as far as daily viewers go, I was getting not a lot. I was getting like about the same as what I'm getting now, which is like somewhere in the range of like 100 to 150 views a day. And they accepted me. I was actually referred to it through my good friend Randy Mash. For those of you who don't know Randy Mash, he's in my top channels. Check him out. And I can never figure out if I'm pointing the right way when I do this. So wherever my top channels are on my channel page, go there and check out Randy Mash. He's a great guy. He's one of the best people I met through YouTube and one of the first who reached out through me. So yeah, go click his referral link. Don't click mine. I don't need whatever the referral amount is, but go give him some love, and if you want to try to apply, and they'll tell you right off the bat whether or not you qualify. So thank you for the question there. And next one comes from InterestsGuy33. Now InterestsGuy is a subscriber that is mega loyal to me. By mega loyal, I mean this guy has been around with me since I was like unknown, completely. I mean, not that I'm super known now, but like completely unknown off the grid, and he just stumbled across my channel one day and has been just a great guy with the messages and the comments and just you know, every ounce of support that he's given me I appreciate. So thank you, Interest Guy. His question is, what was your inspiration to start making videos on YouTube? As far as my inspiration for YouTube goes, I would have, I mentioned this before with Rune's question in part 1, but Toby Turner, Toby Games, he was kind of my inspiration. Morgan and I started watching Tobuscus videos quite some time back, but we started watching his gaming videos, and I got really into him, and I was like, hey, I can do that. That'd be really cool to do, because Toby seems super passionate about gaming, and the fact that people are connecting with him through his humor and his gameplay, and it's inspiring them to go out and either try to make YouTube videos themselves or to buy the video games and play them themselves. That's really cool to me. And it's also cool to me to just be able to have people watch me and enjoy a game even without playing it. That experience, that sort of theater experience, is one of the reasons I really love doing YouTube, because I know some people out there are like, hey, I don't want to buy that game, I don't have enough money, and I wasn't going to play it anyway. And there's no other way to do it except watch it on YouTube, and that's really cool, because the game trailers aren't going to show you the right footage. It's going to show you the best parts of the game, but watching a Let's Play is so much different, and it's really cool. So that's kind of my inspiration for what started me up with YouTube. I was in a funky place in my life, and it was a great hobby to pick up, and I'm so glad that I did, because I got to meet all of you guys. So great question. Thank you so much, Interest Guy. Next question is from Gypsy Stone. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, that wasn't a question at all. It just says that I'm doing a great job. Thank you, Gypsy Stone. Next question is from The Average Max. The Average Max has 3 different questions. The first one is, what is the worst game that you have ever played as a kid? So when I was a kid, let's see here, I had this terrible game, and I'm blanking on the name of it, and I'll put like a pop-up of what it was. I think it was like called like Smile Ball or Smiley 2000 or something like that. My mom bought it for me from like a garage sale or a bargain bin, and it was like only like a couple bucks. And back then I only had a few Super Nintendo games, but it was for Super Nintendo, and basically you were a ball, and it was a first-person shooter, and you were supposedly a smiley face, and you drove around and you shot other smiley faces and killed them. And honestly, the mechanics of the game were so sluggish. It was terrible. It was just one of the worst games I ever played. And like, it was kind of fun when I first got it because I was like, oh cool, first-person shooter. I didn't get to play a lot of those as a kid. But as time went on, man, that game was bad. Maybe I'll do a Let's Play of it for the channel if I can. That way you guys can just see how bad it is. Or maybe I'm just looking at it you know, through the passage of time, it hasn't aged well in my mind or something. We'll see. So question 2 is, what video are you most proud of? Now this one's actually pretty easy for me to answer. Back when I first started doing YouTube, my original intent was for the channel to be, it was going to include, and it did include, a bunch of drunken rants. Along with that, I wanted to focus on the science aspect of my banner. For those of you who don't know, video games, science, booze, the booze and the science were actually more prominent than the video games on my channel when I first started out, because I didn't have a recording program. I didn't have all the gear that I have now that allows me to make gaming videos as efficiently as I do. So what I did was I made a montage, or not a montage, I'm sorry, an educational video, and some of you may have seen it. And it's called The Science of Gaming, and it's labeled episode 1 because it was always meant to be a continuous series. I was going to put out an episode 2 right away based off BioShock Infinite, and I still might. And then, like I said, it was just going to be this all crazy every week series, maybe every month, and it kind of just fell away from me. It was a lot of work, it was a ton, but when I finished that thing, I got such a great reaction from it, and it's still one of my top rated videos and my top most viewed videos that's in my popular uploads, and I love doing it. It was really awesome. It was a ton of fun. I want to do more, and I will do more. I'm just not sure when, but I will get back around to it. So Science of Gaming is my favorite video that I've ever done. Question 3 is, if you could sit down and have a drink with anyone, who would it be? As far as anyone goes, I'm not sure if this means alive or dead, but if I had to pick someone, anyone in history, and this person is dead, unfortunately, it's my favorite author, Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter was one of those guys, for those of you who aren't familiar with his work, the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is based off of his work. He was a journalist who basically roamed around the country throughout the 70s, causing chaos and mayhem, and also at the same time exposing the ugly underbelly of just sort of American society, how the American dream has kind of died, and we've kind of strayed away from the idea and the values that we've kept so dear in the world. So I loved Hunter. He's a funny writer. You guys should check out his work. Those of you who are a little younger probably won't appreciate him as much, so I don't know, maybe ease yourself into him, but he's a really unique dude. I would have loved to sit down with him and have a drink or two and just kind of shoot the shit with him. So anyway, thanks for the great questions, The Average Max. Those are awesome. My friend SVG Jason, who is also in my top channels, go check him out. He just asked me this question: what's your favorite thing about doing YouTube? To be honest, it's making friends. It's meeting people every single day. Those of you who actually reach out to me and give me feedback on my videos and send me messages and have reached out to become a friend, that is amazing to me. And Jason and I and Derek and Matt and all these people, Doom, Rune, everyone basically in my top channels, those people are legitimate friends. I would take a bullet for a lot of those people. They're amazing. And it's been great meeting people, and it's been great meeting you guys, you my subscribers. The fact that you guys support me with so much of yourselves means the world to me. I love that. Thank you. So that's probably my favorite thing about doing YouTube. Even if I wasn't doing gaming videos, as long as I got to meet people like you, I'd be pretty happy. So thank you for the question, Jason. All right, so we have Captain Fiddlesticks, who asks, what do you have planned for 2014? That's a pretty broad question, to be honest. There's so much coming to my channel. There's so much I have planned. There's so much that I'm working on currently. You guys have seen some of the weird stuff that's come out. I did the Jar Jar Bane impression video. I just did the Kermit the Frog creepypasta read. I'm trying to mix it up on my channel. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been adding a lot more elements besides just gaming, because like I said in the vlog before I went on vacation, this was never meant to be solely a gaming channel. So it's just been a crazy ride, and I got to the point where I was kind of just doing gaming videos, which I love doing, don't get me wrong. This is a gaming channel overall, but I do like to mix it up, add in some other types of entertainment for you guys so that it keeps it fresh and it keeps it just something more genuine to who I am as an eclectic person. So yeah, thank you very much for the question, Captain Fiddlesticks. We have next, it looks like my friend Zach, or ZXK77, gave me a question of, how has this journey affected your life? Well, that's once again a really broad question in the sense that it's affected every aspect of my life in some kind of way. YouTube has become one of those things that I find myself talking about, and you can ask Morgan about this because sometimes it drives her crazy, but I talk about YouTube pretty much nonstop. I love it. When I can find people who watch YouTube, or find people who are interested in it, or even just people who are interested in gaming, I mention YouTube because it's just become a community to me that just is awesome. It's so cool to go out there and find original content creators who are so creative and so intelligent and have just some of the coolest video ideas ever, just constantly making and uploading, and just, oh man, it's awesome. So YouTube has affected me in that way because it's given me something positive to look at and just sort of focus on. Some might call it an obsession, I call it a focus. Like I said earlier, back when I started YouTube, I wasn't in the brightest of places in my life. I was actually in a really dark spot, and YouTube really just helped me sort of channel my passion in a way that I loved. I loved doing, I loved film, and I loved acting, and I loved comedy, and I loved video games, and I got to combine them all into one thing, which is YouTube. And so that is the way that it has affected me. So thank you so much for the great question, Zach. By the way, Zach has a great channel. Go check him out. He has some really cool vlogs and other great videos that sort of examine geek culture as a whole. And yeah, he's a great guy. Go check him out. All right, so next I have Jacob Gibson. Now, Jacob's another subscriber that I've had for quite some time and has just been 1,000,000% supportive to me. And I thank you so much, Jacob. I've gotten to know you a lot better recently, and I enjoy that. You are a great supporter. Thank you so much. He has 3 questions here. Number 1 is, what is your real name? So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Brian. I actually go by Brian on Twitter, so for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you can find me, my username is Girbeagly, but then my real name is Brian on there, so you guys can find me by that. But yeah, that is my name, and I like it. It's not too bad, you know? I could have a weird name like, nah, you know what, I'm not gonna say one because I'm gonna offend someone out there. All right, question 2. What are some things on your bucket list? Well, there's a lot there. One is currently going to a convention of some sort, whether it's a gaming convention or a YouTube convention. I would love to go to one of those types of cons and just hang out with some great personalities, see some cool upcoming products, get to talk about YouTube or video games with other people. It's just would be a really cool experience. Another thing that I would like to do is go see Europe again. I've been there before. I'd love to go back. I really want to take Morgan. I think it would be a really cool thing to do, and I'd love to do it before I die. Please. So that's my current bucket list. I really don't have a lot on it, to be honest. I just kind of want to live happily. So number 3 is, when you die, what do you want to leave behind? Well, as far as leaving something behind after death goes, I'd love to leave some sort of legacy. Whether it be how I act and have that inspire other people to act that way. Obviously not with the goofiness and the swearing, but maybe just playing with your hair in the middle of a freaking video all the time. But maybe with just a positive outlook on life. I'm one of those people who is never bored, and that's not me just saying that. I am never, ever, ever bored. There is so much to do in the world that I can't even fathom getting bored. So I would love if that kind of message was passed along to other people and they could live their lives like that and never ever be bored. Just, I mean, you can go outside, you can go on the computer, you can play video games, you can listen to music, you can write a song, you can write a story, you can write a poem. There's so much to do in life that I am just super passionate about it, and I want everyone to be that passionate. So great questions. Thanks so much again, Jacob. Let's see here. We have Zonetan Project, who asks, who is Girbeagly? Which I believe probably means, what is the origin of my name? For those of you who don't know, Gur is my favorite cartoon character. Gur from Invader Zim, he's actually the guy who's on this bag, and he is just the craziest, most fun, rambunctious character in any show, so he has become the first part of my name. Beagly actually refers to beagles, which is my favorite breed of dog. I love beagles to death. I think they're so cute, they're so cool. So what I did was I took Gur and beagles and I combined them into Girbeagly, and that has been my name for a very long time. So that is the answer to that question. Thank you so much, Zonetan Project, and I'm going to try to hurry this up because this one's going a little long. This one is the Ace Kid 2000. Do you think pigeons have feelings, is the question. No. Thank you for the question, though. Pigeons are gross. I hate them. Flashback C96 asks, what is my favorite anime? My favorite anime of all time is probably, oh man, that's putting me on the spot, man. I'm gonna get flack for this, but I might say Dragon Ball Z, just because I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I loved it. It was one of the things that got me so hooked to anime. It's just one of those shows that's so stupid and so stupidly long, but it's just pure fun. It's just pure dude fun. So that's one of my favorite animes. I also really love Full Metal Alchemist, the original series. I'm not really that into Brotherhood, to be honest. It's alright, but it's not nearly as good as the original in my eyes. And, I mean, besides that, I watch everything, man. I really do, so that's a tough one to answer. Number 2 is favorite band / type of music. My favorite band of all time, and I'm gonna get, oh, this is why you have screamo hair, oh, you're such an emo, is, I love the band Under Oath. They got me through some really tough times when I was younger, and I know that they're like that, oh, so angsty, screamy, metally, screamo music, but I loved them. I love them so much, and technically they're metalcore, by the way, but they are cool. They helped me through a dark time, and I feel like without their music to just sort of have, I don't know if I would just be the same person that I am now. I might be more broken, who knows. But as far as type of music goes, that's impossible to pin down. I listen to absolutely everything, and I mean that. I mean pop, country, rap, screamo. I listen to trance and techno and everything. I listen to everything. There's something in every genre that I enjoy. That doesn't mean I like every band in every genre, but I do enjoy every genre to some degree. Number 3, if 3 equals blue and fish, how many ducks does it take to fill your locker? Well, this is pretty easy because I'm Asian, so I'm really good at math, and the answer is 7 toads. So there. Thanks for the questions, Flashback. I appreciate them. Pixel Tricks asks, any future Let's Plays in mind? Way too many to name, man. Way too many to name. You just keep your socks on and you'll see them. 2014 is a really exciting year for me. Steam sale just hooked me up with games. Humble bundles have hooked me up with games. All sorts of bundles. I have hundreds of games that I'm going to be playing for you guys. Most notably, I'm getting an HD PVR 2 very soon, and that's going to just expand the channel infinitely. So keep your eyes peeled. Thanks for the great question, Pixel Tricks. Final question of the video, and I'm sorry that this one went on for like 20 minutes. It's from DarkWolf. It's actually 3 questions. It's, would you kill one mouse that's the size of a horse or 50 horses that are the size of a mouse with your bare, excuse me, with my bare burps, with my bare hands? I think killing one mouse the size of a horse would be a lot easier for me, especially if I had to do it with my bare hands. I feel like with 50 horses that are scurrying around going, Rochester, you know, my hands would be sore. They'd be all bloody and squishy from punching horses all day. I'm gonna go with the one big mouse horse. Number 2 is, where do you live? I live in the glorious city of Rochester, New York. For those of you who want to stalk me and kill me, now you have your opportunity. But Rochester is in Western New York. It's a pretty cool city for the most part. I always tell this to people. I love the city. I don't like the people. But that's me personally. I do have a lot of Rochester pride as a Rochesterian. But it's not a bad city. I enjoy it here for the most part. Number 3 is, will you be doing a live stream with your fellow subscribers? As far as live streams go, my policy on it, and this is weird to some people, but this is just how I am, I will do my first live stream at 1,000 subs. So once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'd love to do live streams. I plan on doing a lot of community gameplays, those types of things. I might do some community gameplays before that, but as far as a live stream itself goes, I'll probably not do one until I'm at 1,000 and I can get those things figured out that way. Anyway guys, that's all the questions that I got. That was a ton of them, obviously, because together the videos are like over half an hour long, almost 40 minutes I think. Sorry this one went on so long, but I thank you guys for sticking around, especially if you made it to the end. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you. I want none of you to forget that, because without you guys, not only would I not have been able to make the progress on YouTube, but the progress as a person that I've made this year. And right now it's I'm gonna be putting this up on New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, guys. Please have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's and a wonderful 2014. You guys are the best. I love every single one of you. And as always, it was great seeing you. Bye-bye.